No, Rory and Mal.
Because he's saying things, he's moving a certain way, he's wearing funny hats. I don't know who this nigga is anymore.
Don't do that.
I'm just being real. I never seen a nigga wear a Mary hat in my life.
I don't care how far you dance around it. Just throwing numbers in an Excel spreadsheet is not accounting.
Ian,
not accounting.
suck my dick.
Yo. Joe and Ian wouldn't open the books.
Why?
They piece of shit scumbags and both of them crooks.
Shiesty businessmen.
Taking money off the top and they robbed the guys.
Damn.
6 months later, seeing all the shit I prophesized.
Killa.
I told you they don't own that shit.
They workers.
They profit partners, dog. Get up off of my dick.
Ta-da!
Joe wouldn't show accounting, so they got fucked.
Narcissist.
Screwing all your people over, still you're not puffed.
You're not a mogul.
But the way you acting, you a bad boy. Bad business, Parks, dirty dick up in your ass, boy.
Dang.
Yeah, Parks, you a certified cuck. Face filled with Joe's nuts, still smelling like yuck.
Stinky.
I hope that Rem leaves you at the altar. She must have grown immune to that stench. How could I falter?
Ever heard of soap?
Man, this shit is a disaster. Rory and Mal gotta re-record pods for their masters.
Ginger. Queer.
New pump killer.
And Joe's therapist should lose a license. Clout chasing fake doctor who won't get him through a crisis.
Cunt.
Oh, Joe playing the victim again. Where's Raekwon at? I need his man to hit him again.
Gonna need another ice pack.
400 G's, you tried to fudge the numbers.
Nasty.
Cause you looked at Mal and Rory like they Dumb and Dumber.
They might be.
Parks chewing on Joe's dick like it's Hubba Bubba.
Dick rider.
Ian got in Joe's ear, you shiesty motherfucker.
Suck my dick.
Y'all some thieves and it isn't right. Before I go any further, prayers to Ish and Ice.
Watch your back, fellas. You know how this man operates. He's a full-blown psychopath. He's completely off the rocker right now. He's on a hell of a downward spiral. Oh shit. Olivia Dope just came out with a formal statement saying Joe was sexually harassing her in the workplace. You really fucked up this time, Joseph. Ain't no coming back. Off shady, but you're still shady.
I'm right here per your request, now you stuck in them shoes. No alliances with Mal, it's still fuck him too.
Weird.
Before we start, to the fans, I'm uncomfortable too. Stuck in the booth feeling like y'all, cause I got love for the dude.
Making a murderer.
Long live your idols, may they never be your rivals. Joe was mad, Rory almost got to deal with title. Now what you about to hear is a tale of money and greed. He ain't got in Joe's ear and fucked up the whole team.
Piece of shit.
I've been listening since episode 1. The pod got me through some rough times, I'll keep it a buck.
Real shit.
Y'all was like my boys, really felt like we was chillin'. That's how the fuck I sensed all the tension that was building.
Yeah, I know.
Joe got some big bags and he switched up.
Sell out.
And Park still ain't shower 1 year, 6 months, 9 days, 2 hours.
Smelly.
Now it's all falling down like the 2 towers, messy as fuck.
Damn.
Joe back on drugs, maybe it's perks.
Relapse.
Clowning Rory showing up for when his baby was birthed.
What?
That's some foul shit.
Narcissist.
Certified clown shit, like when Sin said you dragged all up on the ground shit. You ain't evolved, Joe. It's the same old mouse shit.
Yeah.
Same stuff you pulled with the whole slaughterhouse shit.
Fuck up
Like the
everything.
song on your first album, Calm Down.
Yeah.
Goddamn, Joe. I can't believe you let the pod down.
Newsflash, therapy isn't working.
I can't believe you let the pod down.
Fire your therapist.
You took my favorite pod from me and it's all over money. Let the pod down.
Damn.
I can't believe you let the pod down.
Ta-da.
Took my favorite pod from me and it's all over money.
Let the pod down. Killa.
What the hell do the executive commenters not understand about any of that?
New pump killer.
Why are they telling me that this has to be about money?
Shifty con man.
There's one thing that Joe Budden is going to do is turn the internet upside down.
For real.
Stank.
2 things according to the internet, because that's one.
Well, that's true.
And then the internet says if it's one thing Joe Budden's gonna do.
Fumble the bag.
That's crazy.
Kill.
Hey, what's going on, motherfuckers? It's your boy Big Pump Killer, Mr. 37 and 0, the Grim Reaper of the Joe Budden podcast,
the all-seeing eye of the Joe Budden podcast, the man who put that podcast in the ground. And right now I'm live with my man, Yog. Yog, how you doing?
Doing well, man. Doing well. Sad. It's a solemn moment here.
It really is. You know, I've been getting a lot of messages on Twitter, on Reddit. Pump Killa, where you at? Pump Killa, are you okay? All this stuff. And I just want everyone to know I'm fine. It's only been like 10, 11 days since my last upload, but I know I kind of went MIA on social media. And I'm going to tell you why right now. It's because the pod, it's over. And no, I'm not just talking about Joe's pod. I'm talking about Rory and Mal's pod too, because that shit is fucking garbage. The whole thing, it's all over. I'm sorry, I can't listen anymore. I don't know if the people in the chat right now are listening still, but this shit is done, guys. It's done. There's nothing even redeemable about it anymore. I used to at least be able to get a couple minutes out of it. Something, you know, some nice listening, something to listen to when I'm driving around or something to put a smile on my face. Give me a little laugh. None of that anymore. They're all just clowns. I don't have a side in this. Rory and Mal are fucking trash. Joe Budden is trash. Ice and Ish, you know what? They're probably the best part of that pod now. And Parks, he's a smelly bootlicker. There's no other way I could fucking word that stank fuck. And hopefully, Lord willing, his fiance Rem leaves him at the fucking altar. Because you know what? Half the people in that wedding party are probably going to pass out from his fucking stench before the vows are even said. Yo, how are you and what's your stance right now on the pod? Have you been listening? Where are you standing with all this?
Man, I haven't been listening to shit. Like Rory and Mal's pod, after the first 2 episodes, I realized it wasn't for me. Like you said, I can't relate to these guys anymore. They're not who I loved listening to, you know, like a few years ago, back in like, you know, the episode like 100 to 200 range. It's a completely different show. Not really what I'm looking for in a podcast at all. And Ice and Ish, like you said, definitely the most redeemable part. They have that same energy that, you know, we used to love. Yeah, Joe Budden podcast, terrible. Not listening to another episode of that either.
You know, I think it's been about 3 or 4 pods since I really listened. I just go on the Reddit now. You know, I see what the meme guy on Twitter's saying, and you know, I see no clips that really make me say, you know what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna go check out this episode. The most entertaining thing in the whole Joe Budden universe, aside from myself, this last month or so, is probably that clown with Joe Budden at the fair. Did you see that clip?
Dude, I didn't even see that. Well, what happened?
So basically, Joe Budden went to a local fair by himself, and you know how they have that guy that they dunk underwater there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they had a guy you dunk underwater, and this guy was tearing him up, like literally, like on some Big Pump Killa shit, like calling him a clown, clowning him for being alone at the fucking fair. Now, let's just take a second here. He really is in a bad way. When you're 40 years old and you're going to a local fair,
without a child. Yeah, without a child. Yeah,
and
insane.
you have 2 children.
Yeah, psychopath behavior for sure.
I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, like
he had to be like just left the group or something. There's no he was there by himself, right?
He was there by himself, yo.
No, come on, man. I mean, like, it's one thing to go to, like, a movie by yourself. Like, it's not for me. I tried it once, and I was like, this isn't fun.
I would never go. The whole part of the movie experience is to go with your pals, your friends.
I know. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but some people like it. And that, I'm like, okay, whatever. If you like it, that's fine. Going to, like, a whole-ass fair or, like, a concert by yourself, man, I don't know. I can't do it. It's you got to be there with your boys.
Now that you say it, I mean, I'd much sooner go to a movie by myself than go to some kind of fair or carnival by myself. Like that's just
for sure.
Not even clowning the guy. That is some sad, pathetic shit right there.
Yeah, I mean that's like a great date idea too. You know, take her to like the carnival or something like that. But like, I mean, even in your 40s, it's like that's a little weird. Like that after a while, it gets old too. I don't know.
It's just sad. It goes to show you, yo. Like, do I have as much money as Joe Budden? No. Do you? I mean, I don't know your financials, but probably not. Probably most of the people in the chat don't have as much money as Joe Budden. But I
Yeah.
could guarantee you, the hundred some odd people in the live watching right now, all of them would have at least one person to go to the fucking fair with.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And it's just sad. It shows your money isn't everything. It really does, because this man is a sad sack of shit. And I also had a few people hit me up, yo. I don't know. Did you hear my last diss from sometime last week where I sent a shot at Trey Budden?
Yeah, with the Benny the Butcher beat, right?
Yeah, a few people started getting at Trey hard in his Instagram lives. He had in his Instagram story. I don't really do Instagram, but apparently there's like a thing where you could like have people ask you a question in the Instagram fucking Snapchat, whatever it is. And people were like, "Oh, you're gonna respond to Big Pump Killa, this, that, and the other thing." And he said no. And I guess he got so ticked he went live. I checked out the live. I mean, at the end of the day, this is a 20-year-old kid. Like, and he seemed very, very nice, very well spoken. He's not who he comes off across in his raps. But after, I had some bars penned for him. But after seeing the live and realizing like he is a trash rapper and he seems like a good kid, I didn't take it there. I think throughout the whole series, I sent maybe 2 bars his way, just clipped his head top. So I'm going to let him live. And, good for Trey. I mean, listen, having Joe Budden as a dad, he went on live, kind of said a bunch of shit I didn't know. I mean, he didn't really even talk to Joe until fucking like 2 years ago. So, I mean, prayers to Trey. Prayers to anybody who messes with Joe Budden on a personal level. I mean, that goes without saying. The guy is sick. Sick. Now, some of the big news I've seen, like I said, I haven't listened. So, guys, I don't know. This is probably going to be the last live. I mean, I've said I'm stopping before. Who knows? But I'm really not listening. Everything you're hearing from me and Yoga is just from Reddit, Discord, and, shit we're seeing. But this is one thing that really, perked my ears up, widened my eyes. Joe took the full podcast episodes off of YouTube now. Did you see this?
Yeah, he's moving to Facebook, right?
I don't know if it's I don't know, like some Facebook chat thing. I don't know if the full videos are on Facebook or it's just at the point where I don't care.
Patreon exclusive, maybe? I don't know.
No, I know they're definitely Patreon exclusive now with the music and whatever. Apparently, it's been like that. Like the full videos have been on Patreon with the music they have to take out for YouTube. But Joe Budden saying, "Oh, YouTube was always just a vehicle. People are paying for video content." Like, no, Joe. You know what happened? Rory and Mal started putting their podcast up on YouTube, destroying you in the fucking numbers. I got the numbers right here. Look at this. 650,000 the first episode. That shitty interview they did with Justice and Earl Sweatshirt, that episode was trash, sound quality trash, discussion trash. Everything was trash about it. That almost is at what is that? 430,000. Episode 2, 453,000. The episode from today, 71K in a short 4 hours. Now, these numbers, if you look, for the most part, they're on a downward trajectory. We all knew this. The hype would die down. But I got to say, I listened to about 20 minutes of the new Rory and Mal podcast because, like I said, I've been checked out of the Joe Budden one. So I'm like, oh, let me give the guys a shot. But 2 episodes ago, Mal was talking about, oh, this girl I fucked with, she went out to eat with some dude and she was texting me. So I picked up the bill, He's acting like he's a baller and shit. So some chick you're fucking with or used to fuck with tells you she's out on a date with some dude at a restaurant you apparently introduced her to. And you call the restaurant and you pick up the fucking tab and then you come on the pod like you're the fucking man about it. These are people I can't listen to anymore. The dude, and he acts like he's so cool. He acts
it's
like
just
he's
weird
a man.
behavior. Yeah, man.
He's a simp.
I mean, I don't know. That's just like, it's just creepy. Like, what are you doing?
Like, imagine that. Like, that girl must have been in bad. Like,
it's an ego thing. Yeah,
it is. Oh, Jamal paid the bill. Oh yeah. Oh, who's that? The guy probably asked. Oh, he's Jay-Z's pre-cum. That's who he is. Fucking loser. What kind of fucking bum loser would do that? Oh yeah, you're a baller, Maul. And then he's like on the pod today, like, oh, I was just like he's not a loser. Like that's some loser shit. That's some player hater shit. Imagine Joe Budden said he did that on the pod when Rory and Mal were still there. They'd clown the shit out of him for a fucking hour. Am I wrong?
Yeah. No, you're not. Yeah, there would have been a lot of pushback. There would have been jokes made. They would have called him a fucking idiot. They would have called him a stalker. Like they would have called him everything under the fucking sun. But I mean, not this iteration of them for sure, because their podcast is fucking trash, like we mentioned.
You know, and it's shit like this where I sit back and I say to myself, Pump Killa, you should have never took a side. You should have just said fuck all of them from the jump. Because honestly, this is some shit I can't defend. And I don't want to defend. Maul is a fag. Maul is a queer. Maul is Jay-Z's pre-cum. And Maul is nothing more than Rockefeller royalty who's been handed his entire fucking existence because his brother created Rockefeller. And what does he do with his life? Sell some fucking weed and be a fucking blunt roller for NBA players. Oh, I moved to the city because my boy was playing ball there. Yo, if you move to the city because your boy took a job somewhere else, you're a fucking loser, Maul. You're a loser.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's one thing. It's like, oh, if I'm like moving there for my job or whatever. But yeah, if you're going to like just move so you can like play Xbox on someone's couch, like that's insane.
Oh, he probably bought them some clothes. He probably did some stylist shit for him, like a fucking like the nail painting fucking queer that he is. You know, it just makes me sick. And then Rory and Mal sit up there, like, you know what? If you listen to their pod, there's something missing from the pod, and you know what that is? It's the it factor. And as much as I hate Joe Budden, he's entertaining. I'm not gonna listen to him anymore. But goddamn, that Rory and Mal is a hard listen. It's a hard listen, and anyone like yo, you know I frequent both Reddits, and I know you're one of the mods on the other Reddit.
I'm stepping down, but yeah, for now.
Yeah, like, dude, I see the hate Joe Budden train that's going on there, and like the fact they won't even say anything negative about Rory or Mal in the threads. They're not even calling them out for the bullshit.
Yeah. No, it's a double standard for sure. Back on the Mal stuff, I was in a Twitter space with his stylist, and he's the only dude I've ever heard of in my life that had beef with his stylist where he stopped speaking to her over some petty bullshit.
What was the
I think there was someone Mal didn't like that she started working with, and he just stopped talking to her.
Oh my, he is such. Yeah. What happened? I thought business is business. I thought business doesn't affect personal.
Yeah.
I guess he went way back with his stylist too. Like,
yeah,
bro, they all make me so sick. This is why I can't listen. Like, they're just all three of them. Joe, Rory, Mal, Stinky Parks to a lesser extent because he's not even part of. When I think about the good times of the JBP, I think about Parks saying maybe 2 fucking words an episode, getting a one-liner in. But, dude, these are just 3 industry guys who their biggest perk was the 3 of them together because of that brotherly bond and that friendship. And the pods, they're just in the fucking toilet. And, I mean, is there any podcast on the face of this earth more in the fucking toilet than Karen Civil's?
Dude, I mean, I'm looking at these new Patreons that are popping up for Savon's Pod and See the Thing Is. But man, Karen Civil couldn't even open up a Patreon. No one would sign up for that shit. Who listens to that podcast?
Yo, we do better. Me and you do better YouTube numbers than Karen Civil on Joe Budden's platform.
We would be the second most popular podcast on that platform if we.
It makes no sense. Yeah. How are you? You're Karen Civil. You're this so-called regarded figure in hip hop. You have all these industry ties. You're coming on a YouTube channel of the biggest hip hop podcast, you know, at the time. And you're pulling in, yo, we beat her last 2 podcasts with this shit. We're on cell phones right now. We beat her podcast twice. And the other ones we didn't beat, you got to take into account she's on Joe Budden's platform. She beat us by maybe 500, 1,000 fucking views. Like, it's a disgrace. And,
what's the strategy? Like, what's the idea here? Like, what are they trying to do? They're
I don't
failing
know.
at it, clearly. Like, this couldn't be what they expected.
It couldn't be. And then I saw on Twitter, someone sent me it. She said, "Girl, I guess is going on vacation." A fucking vacation. This is the shit that really grinds my gears because Joe Budden's cutting those two fucking talentless hack bitches a check every fucking week. Oh, we
Yeah,
need
for
vacation.
what? It's insane.
This is where people in entertainment make me fucking sick because there's people out there busting their fucking ass every day, doing construction jobs, busting their ass in an office, and they need a fucking vacation from talking for 45 fucking minutes to their friend once a fucking week on a couch. Cunts. Talentless cunts.
Yeah, no. The vacation thing is hopefully maybe them just being like, okay, maybe we need to reevaluate our strategy. No one's listening to this shit. So let's just stop right now. Like, that's most likely what it is. It has to be, right?
Yo, I got an announcement. We made our first super chat.
I just saw it.
Sir Chi with the $2, really building up the Joe Budden brand. Yo, we really appreciate that, sir. Thank you very much. That's
Appreciate
the first
it,
super
Sir
chat. Everyone else, feel free. I mean, feel free.
He also spelt my name Yug, like Doug with a Y. I agree with Yug. Budden and Ian failed. Oh, yeah, Ian has failed tremendously, spectacularly. This is not what they wanted.
And then he's on fucking Instagram and he's on Twitter with his fucking basic bitch inspirational quotes every fucking day, smiling on Instagram like he didn't fumble 10 fucking bags this fucking year. And then now they're on Facebook and Ian's announcing it like it's this big win. You stupid motherfuckers. What is the one? I know so many people are on Facebook, apparently. That's probably because of all the accounts from fucking 10 years ago, 12 years ago. No one over fucking 30 is frequenting Facebook like that. My mom's on Facebook. Like, my uncle's on Facebook. These are old people. Like, I mean, I guess that's the demo Joe's going for now. I mean, they call themselves the Uncle Pod. It's just trash, man. Like, Joe took
the views are fake, too, on Facebook. It's insane how inflated the views are on anything on Facebook. There will be content that'll have like 10, 20 million views, and it doesn't make sense at all.
And what else is hilarious, Joe, is let's not forget that dozens of times they've called out Facebook and Mark Zuckerberg, especially for privacy concern issues. I guess that all falls to the wayside now when Joe Budden's in need of a bag. You ain't going to hear one fucking negative thing about Zuckerberg or Facebook or any of big tech.
Speaking of bags, Sir Chi 87 with the $5. Insane. Thank you, dude. What a fucking legend. Shout out to the super chats.
The vacation thing is funny because finally, because money is tight, Joe has to cut corners. BPK hit the nail on the head. You can't fool the fans, Joe. I mean, I've been hitting the nail on the fucking head since December 10th of last year. December 10th. We're going on 7 months. I called this whole shit. They should fucking hire me and I could tell them what the fuck they're doing wrong. Because I got a list. I got a huge fucking list. It's a never ending list these days. Let me see what else I got on the docket. We covered Joe's Facebook deals. We covered him being clowned at the fair for showing up alone like a fucking loser. Oh, let's cover this. These disgraceful fucking whores. See, the thing is.
Oh, yeah, we alluded to it. Yeah.
They launched a Patreon, people.
Yes.
47 Patreons.
Yeah.
Nearly triple that in the fucking chat right now. But these talentless hack hoes who put on a podcast every week on one of the biggest hip-hop platforms there is, who can't even crack 20K views, are starting a Patreon. See, this is where people go wrong.
Sir Chi 87, $2 super chat. Man, you're a legend. You keep it going. Sucks because the Breakfast Club survived over JBP. Yeah, shout out to the Breakfast Club, I guess, for living. I mean, the JBP's still going, so.
Well, this is the thing about the Breakfast Club. First of all, you have to take into account they were running 5 years prior to before the JBP even started.
Absolutely, yeah.
And while I hate, I probably hate DJ Envy more than I hate anyone on the pod because he's just a fucking loser.
That is so funny.
He talks about people every day, DJ Envy. But
I don't like DJ Envy either. I don't know who does. I've never met someone who's like, yo, I love DJ Envy.
Yeah. He's another clown who talks about people every day, but you bring up the fact that he fucked some other bitch.
Oh, yeah. The Desus and Mero clip was hilarious with him.
Oh,
you've seen that one, right? Yeah.
And you know what? Let's not even get into his fake fucking beard that he paints on every day before Yo, as a dude who has like a real like man's beard, these motherfuckers who are painting this shit on their face are a fucking disgrace and a laughing stock to any real man.
Absolutely. Searchy 87 again with the $2. Wow. Just keeps going. The same Mandy and Bridget who betrayed Olivia Dope. Derek Cizetto. Wow, with the $4.99. Didn't say anything, but shout out Derek. Shout out Searchy 87 too. Now, the same Mandy and Bridget who betrayed Olivia Dope. Absolutely.
And let me tell you something. We did this on real short notice tonight, so I don't have any clips. But if you guys are tuned into the pod, I'm barely tuned in, but I've seen it. If you saw the See the Thing Is like promo for the Patreon, they did some video where like a dude comes to the door and they offers them to join OnlyFans. Then Bridget and Mandy like start daydreaming and they're like in lingerie and Mandy starts fucking putting lotion on her disgusting fucking feet and clapping them together. Oh. Now, listen, I'm a dude who can appreciate a nice foot. I wouldn't say I have a fetish or anything, but she doesn't even have nice feet. And she's glopping oil on those ugly sausage toes and clapping them together. It's fucking disgusting. And let me tell you something. You brought up Olivia Dope. She would have never, ever stood for it. Even if it was a fucking joke, Olivia Dope wouldn't have took part in that. So it's good that she knew her self-worth while those two fucking talentless hack cunts go over to Patreon with their 47 Patreons. They could sit there with fucking Savon and his bald fucking head and be fucking failures. And let me say something about Savon. You see, these people start a podcast. Savon can't even do 1,000 fucking views on his fucking podcast on YouTube. Now, from a business perspective, if you're doing less than 1,000, I've beat every fucking one of Savon's videos. I've beaten everyone.
Yeah, for sure.
Savon, I want to know how he looks at these numbers and says, you know what? I see these numbers and these fans are clamoring for extra content. Now, I know
Edward McLeod with a $3.99 super chat, man. They keep rolling in. Got to shout it out while it's still here. Shout out Edward, man.
I didn't even know I had super chats turned on because we never got them. But...
Yeah, I mean, someone started it up, and now everybody just keeps rolling them in. Appreciate it, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Remember to hit like and subscribe on the channel as well too. Hit the like button. Give us a like.
Let's penetrate that algorithm, raw dog.
Leave a comment too if you're watching this later, or come back and leave a comment. Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah, it helps us out. But so Savon, he's sitting there, he's seeing these numbers, and I know what people are gonna say to me. Oh, Pump Killa, that's just the YouTube numbers. You don't know what they're doing on the podcast apps. Shut up. Because you know what? The Patreon shit is for video content. 95% of the fucking time. So he sees that no one's watching his video content on YouTube. This fucking idiot Savon. He's renting out a studio, a pretty nice studio if you've ever taken the time to watch his trash heap of a show. And he's renting out studio space. He's hiring co-hosts. And it just baffles me. No one's watching. So why are you putting your back against the wall to make extra content for what? What are you making? $1,000 extra a month by robbing your fans? You bald-headed fucking talentless fuck. Oh, Joe,
it's insane, and I mean he does absolutely nothing to engage with his fan base either. It's a very minimal Patreon where it's like get an additional episode, get like video content or whatever. Like a lot of Patreons that are like at his level are like, hey, we'll get on like a video call with you for like 20 to 30 minutes and do like a Q&A or something like that. I mean, not even putting in any effort, and it's showing too.
I was looking. The problem with these motherfuckers doing these Patreons, if you look at the tiers First off, there's barely any distinction between the tiers they put up. And like the top tier on the thing is Patreon is, oh, well, we're going to do a fan chat. So you're going to do you want people to pay you $15 fucking a month for a fan fucking chat with you two fucking thoughts? You should have went to OnlyFans because that's the only time people are going to fucking pay for you.
Searchy87 again with the $2. Even my chick and her friends will not watch Mandy.
Searchy dropping off that bag.
I can't believe it. It's insane. The super chats keep rolling in.
Damn, you think Savon would make $4 on his fucking live stream?
I don't think anybody would be watching his live stream. We got 142 live viewers right now, and they keep rolling in. Insane.
Oh my God! Let me tell you something, man. Savon, Bridget Kelly, Mandy, they're Karen Civil, Ming Lee, who I like to call Lil Kim's fucking stunt double, because I've never seen someone with a faker plastic fucking face in my life. They're all talentless hacks. This is why people say, oh, Pump Killa, why do you say Joe Budden's a bad businessman? Look at what he did to his platform. He brought in the most untalented motherfuckers on the face of God's green fucking earth.
Yeah, I don't know what the strategy is, like we talked about. What's the plan? Are they hoping to develop this talent, sign them to good deals, and hope that they turn into something? Like, I don't know how much they're getting paid. I'm assuming it's a lot because, you know, him losing the Cash App seemed like a significant blow to the business. I'm sure the Facebook deal is covering their bases in a lot of ways. But I don't know. It's weird.
If Joe wanted to have a female side to the Joe Budden podcast, there was only one logical fucking way to go. And I know a lot of people don't like this person, and a lot of people might laugh me out of the room. Azalea Banks would have been the fucking person to go to. But you know what? Joe can't do that because Joe's worried about industry ties. What if she says something about Beyonce? All this fucking shit, all this hoopla, because Joe Budden isn't who he was on Everyday Struggle. And I say this all the time, but this is the thing Joe doesn't seem to understand. Joe got to where he got because of who he was on Everyday Struggle. He was speaking real. He didn't give a fuck what anyone thought, and he was being fucking honest. Who's the Joe Budden we have now? The dude who champions Cardi B's new fucking single. And you know what? Speaking of the fucking people he wants to talk about all the time and champion, her. I saw her numbers this week. Did you see her numbers, Yog? I think Yog left me. Oh, yeah. We got him back. Yog.
Yep, I'm back.
All right.
I didn't see the numbers. What happened?
So I just got to talk about this because people don't understand. Joe Budden sits up there. Everyone always on social talking about industry plant this, industry fucking plant that. The singer, Grammy Awards, Grammy performances. Everywhere you go, you see her fucking face. 37,000 first week. That's not a fucking industry plant.
Oh, for sure.
And her music is overrated. And I'm an R&B fan. I listen to more R&B than rap. All he does is get on there and champion the most basic bitch R&B singers, with the exception of Snow Allegra, because Snow Allegra's fire. Yeah. That's the only fucking one I'll ride for.
Yeah, Summer Walker, Janae Aiko. I don't know. I'm not into it. No. I'm not into it. Edward McLeod with another $2.99. Shout out to the super chats. They keep coming in. Edward, I haven't seen the message from you yet in the chat, but shout out, man. Appreciate it.
Spreza, you said, what if Azalea cooks a cat again? Shit, as long as the fucking content's good, boil that fucking cat away. And
Absolutely.
I have two cats. I would never boil them, whether they were fucking dead for fucking a month or whatever. But that's just me. Let me look down this docket. What else we got to cover here? Shit. Damn, there's got to be something I'm forgetting about here. I mean, it just goes to show how bad the fucking show is. You know, you used to listen to this pod, and there was so much to talk about. Even these 6 months when I was dissing the pod, I would still, like, yeah, I was throwing my shots, but, like, I'd still listen. I'd still find something, like, I could attach and fucking like about it. Oh, you know what? Let's talk about this. Did you see Rory on, who's that bitch that, Mandy B does that other show with, Horrible Decisions.
Oh my God. Fuck,
Wheezy.
what's her name? Yes,
Yeah.
Wheezy, yeah.
So Wheezy apparently now has a show on Fuse. I'm not sure if it's an online show. It has to be, because in the clip I saw, she's fucking tossing fucking and waving in the air a pink fucking dildo in Rory's face. Now Rory wants to talk ownership this, ownership that. We had a percentage. You stupid motherfucker. Honestly, at this point, Rory, Mal, you should have just fucking knew your fucking place, you talentless fucking hacks. Because now that you didn't want to accept what you were given, now you're on talk shows with a fucking pink dildo in your face, you gingerhead motherfucker.
Yeah, they probably like it too, those sick fucks.
There's just nothing. All these guys, they contribute nothing anymore. Nothing.
That was disrespectful. I'm sorry. They didn't deserve that. They probably hate it. It's probably humiliating. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Like, they're definitely out of their element entirely. Like, this couldn't be what they imagined when they thought of the like 5-year plan when the podcast was starting to pop off. Like, it wasn't be like, yeah, not working with Joe anymore, getting dildos in my face. Like, that wasn't what they wanted to do.
Let me tell you something. I'm on my anti-Joe shit, but
of course,
neither Rory or Mal could never, ever see Joe Budden as far as work ethic is concerned. Regardless if Joe's work ethic is giving us trash content or not, that motherfucker is working. Sure, he's failing, but these motherfuckers haven't done a fucking percentage of the fucking work he's done.
Over like his entire career, for sure. Joe's been working in entertainment since the early 2000s. It's at a high level, at a very, very high level. Even when it was at his lowest points, like, he was still making money to some extent.
And I'm telling you, I know Rory and Mal got tons of fanfare right now. Joe's audience is turned on him. Give it 3 fucking months. Give it 3-4 months when that fucking snooze fest of Rory and Mal fucking dies. It is so hard to I cut it off after Mal was done talking about buying that bitch the meal, and he was backtracking and saying, oh, I'm not a simp for that, I'm cool. Like, I just can't listen. There's too much dead air. It doesn't sound like two friends kicking it. It sounds like two motherfuckers who were disgruntled, who had to come together and form a fucking bond. And now
they had to work together. They had no choice. Sprezza says thoughts on Joe's bankruptcy. We did talk about that earlier in an earlier episode. You can go back, watch all of the old episodes on the Big Pump Killa channel. Like and subscribe.
We can get into it quick, because a lot of people did say that that wasn't true or whatever. But
I mean, he said it. Yeah, it's one of those things.
People have sent me clips from recent episodes where he's saying it's still like, oh, bankruptcy ain't easy. Like, it's true. You guys aren't understanding. He lost the Spotify deal. We knew that. Cash App picked him up, kept him afloat. He fucking dry humped Olivia Dope on camera, disrespected her, fucking damn near fondled a fucking employee on camera.
Yeah.
And Cash App dropped him. And we got to speak on this show. Patreon.
Yeah.
Is Jack Conte, the CEO of Patreon, kicking himself in the ass right now? He's got to be.
Yeah, this looks horrible in retrospect. I don't know what the terms of the deal were, but this could not, again, it's just bad business all around. This could not have been what they imagined to have happened when they signed Joe Budden. I mean, they obviously knew he had history, but I guess they thought it was behind him and he had been, quote unquote, above cancellation. But yeah, I mean, that would have been a perfect time to drop him. He's still on. Like, I guess they're making a percentage of the money from the Patreon.
Oh, what was I just had something good. Fuck.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm having a.
We're rusty. We haven't done this in a while.
I know, man. Fuck, I gotta sharpen my Big Pump Killa sword. Fuck. Well, someone in the chat said Mal said he watched, that explicit content. We're not gonna say because the tech gods are.
We don't have to talk about that again. Yeah, that'll demonetize us. And also, we got killed for that take by some people too. Yeah, I don't know if you saw that.
Notice how they didn't ever address that explicit content again from the first episode.
GillyPod kind of running things right now. I agree, Joey Flacco. Sir She87, another $2. Did you guys ever go to the old JB tours, JBP tours? I missed them. Did you ever see a live show, Big Pump Killa?
No, but in 2009 or 10, whatever. I think it was the early part of 2010.
Yeah.
Joe held a padded room signing, autograph signing at a record store by where I live, and I attended that.
Yep.
I got a padded room CD. I
Yep.
got it signed. It's somewhere in the fucking dump right now. I haven't seen it in years. But I did rap a verse for him that day.
Yeah,
I've told the
I
story.
know. I heard about this. I'm excited to hear the whole story. So, what happened?
Yeah,
You went up and you spit how many bars?
I show up to this Joe Budden signing, and there's like fucking, I don't know, 25 fucking people there, maybe 30. But one of the dudes there was like another local rapper at the time, and I was like, oh, and like me and him had just gotten into like some local rap beef, and you know I fucking tore him down and ended his career. He hasn't made a song.
You have to, yeah.
He hasn't made a song since damn near 2011, and he was trash as fuck. But with that being said, I was like, oh, I'm gonna show this dude. I'm gonna rap for Joe Budden. So I rapped for Joe Budden. In retrospect, it was not a good verse. I hadn't found my voice yet. I was like, oh, that was 2010. I don't know. It was like 12 years ago. I was like 20, maybe 19.
Okay.
And I rapped a trash verse for him. He gave me £1 and said, "Good job, sir." And that's my meeting Joe Budden story. I mean, he was nicer than he had to be. If I was him, I probably would have said, "Yo, that's trash." But hey, what are you gonna do? That's the time I met Joe Budden at a padded room signing in early 2010.
Edward with the $2.99. Will Joey also go through the Karen Civil curse?
Joey, I mean, first and foremost, thank you for the $2.99. Oh no, that was Edward McLeod.
Yep, that was Edward. Yep.
Edward, thank you for the $2.99. Will Joe Budden go through the Karen Civil curse? I mean, do we have to pull up a timeline? It looks like he's living proof of the Karen Civil curse. She came onto the podcast shortly after. All this shit has happened. Rory and Mal, disgruntled. Joe's humping a coworker. I mean, an employee on camera. The curse is in full effect. The curse is in full effect. And if someone in the chat could tell me what that talentless hack cunt, Karen Civil, has ever done in her career other than starting up a fan website in 2009 for Lil Wayne when he was in prison,
Insane.
Me know, please.
That's an insane credit. Like, that's like the top thing you're known for is like,
if you could give me anything else she's ever done that didn't result in an artist's untimely death, rest in peace, then please, I'll give you a massive shout out. Massive shout out.
Yeah.
I don't see anyone answering the question. What is JBP off YouTube? Nick A says, yes, Joe Budden has left YouTube because Rory and Mal were destroying him in views. He now posts up clips that if you combined all the views still aren't topping Rory and Mal's views. See, when Joe Budden decided to make this move and take his pod off the full episodes off YouTube, I know what happened. Him and Ian were in the war room. Ian, that fucking loser, is throwing out ideas. Oh, you know what, Joe? You know what, buddy? If we take the pod and just clip out 4 or 5 things and post them all separately, we'll get more numbers than the pod gets. Another failure on Ian's part.
Dude, your Jewish voice is making me laugh so hard. That is so funny. Like,
you know, a lot of
is that what you were going for there? Is that what you were going for?
I was just going for a fucking loser voice, but a lot of people say that I sound like Ian. I get it in the comments all the time.
Interesting. You have that like New York accent, which I don't know. You both kind of share. Yeah.
Ian's a fucking disgrace to New York. I don't think.
Yeah.
He probably lives in Jersey now. No disrespect to Jersey, but.
Yeah. Shout out to Jews if any Jews are in the chat.
Oh, big shout out! Shout out to Drake. Shout out to Drake.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If no one's listened to
Robert De Niro, shout out De Niro. He's Jewish.
Yeah. Shout out to De Niro. No, fuck De Niro. I'm not even gonna get into that.
Okay.
Fuck De Niro. But let me tell you something.
Some good movies, but yeah.
No, fire movies in the 90s, but that motherfucker needs to go away now. But yo, Drake just dropped a banger with Brent. I don't even know how to. Is it Fayez? I've been listening to Brent forever and still don't know how to pronounce his last name. But they dropped a dope song called "Wasting Time" yesterday or 2 days ago. Yeah. I recommend anyone to check that out if you ever have. And yes, free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Absolutely free Palestine. You know.
Wait, yo, De Niro's Jewish?
I swear to God that De Niro's Jewish. There's no way he's not.
I never knew that. I mean, I wish I had more to get to. I really don't want to leave yet, but Let me think real
Oh
quick.
yeah, Robert De Niro's not Jewish.
I knew it. I'm like,
Yeah,
what is this
I'm a fucking idiot.
about?
I'm a fucking idiot, guys. Sorry
Oh,
about that.
all right. This is what I wanted to talk about.
That
So
is
Joe,
terrible. That
so
is
Joe,
really bad.
so Joe Budden, the sexual harasser, dry
Yeah,
humped an employee on camera. Joe Budden,
of course.
sexual harasser, dry humped an employee on camera. There's big news this week, and I guess we'll get the answer to this tomorrow. But I think I already know the answer. Does Joe Budden have any leg to stand on to talk about Bill Cosby being freed, Yog?
Oh man, I don't think it's gonna come up.
You're wrong. It's coming up, bro. It's coming.
Oh man, I guess they're gonna have to talk about it. I don't know what he's gonna say. Like, I guarantee you, he's gonna take the high road on that one and be like, "I think he did it. Like, I think he should still." Yeah, he's gonna take like he should still be in jail or some shit.
Listen,
He has to. The great Poo Poo Man. What a name. $6 in the super chat. Karen Civil was in Hillary Clinton's campaign team. I'm convinced she was the one who told Hillary to make the Pokemon go to the polls joke. That's just my theory. Interesting theory.
Because Hillary Clinton is a fucking cunt who gets.
Didn't Hillary Clinton get on the Breakfast Club and say something about hot sauce or something that became a meme?
She did that, and let's not forget about the dozens and dozens of people she's done business with over the years who just wind up dead from suicide. But I don't even want to touch on that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if I was Joe, I wouldn't even touch it. But knowing Joe, he just has to put his hand on that hot furnace, and I know he's gonna touch it. Do I think Bill Cosby did it? Of course he did it. Do I know the particulars? No, because I don't care about any of this shit. I don't care about Bill Cosby. I don't care about cancel culture. Everyone wants to cancel something. Why don't you cancel yourself, you fucking losers? Everyone's on the internet with a fucking with a righteous cause. I swear to God, yo, the worst thing that ever happened to this world are these fucking smartphones. It's the biggest double-edged sword fucking ever. It gave every asshole a fucking platform. It gave every fucking asshole information at the tip of their fucking fingers. The world is so fucked because of these phones. It really is. Do you agree? Are smartphones destroying this world, or am I just fucking an old cranky man?
It's tough because, this isn't what I do. I'm not just a guy that comes on your podcast here. I make smartphone apps for a living. So that's what I do for like my job. Mm-hmm. So, as far as I'm concerned, download as many apps as you can. But no, in all seriousness, you're right. Like technology, especially social media, I'll say. Maybe not as much apps for me, but even like on a computer, like social media, it's been a huge issue.
A lot of the techie people I know are the ones who are most paranoid about tech and shit.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's a real thing. Yeah. Like Amazon, Alexa definitely listening to you, like shit like that for sure. Yeah. It's come out Facebook multiple times, listening to shit, stealing your contacts, listening to your phone calls.
People who have their entire house like smart, like the smart blinds, the smart fucking coffee mate, smart refrigerator. Like it's just the world has become so fucking lazy. It's just, I don't know. It's a double-edged sword. I love it. I hate it. Here we are, 2021. The world's going to shit.
JIRI4S, Free Palestine. Yep, we see it. Sorry again for calling De Niro a Jew. He's not. He's a quarter Italian. That is my bet.
I'm getting called a boomer and a hypocrite.
Yeah.
What do you want, man? When you get into your 30s, you'll change your way of thinking too, bro. I don't know what to tell you, man. John McAfee didn't kill himself. I swear to God, when I saw that, the first thing I said to myself was, does he have any relation to the Clintons? I tried to look it up. Apparently not, but he said he had tons of information on government shit. Someone in the chat mentioned John McAfee or however the fuck.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
But apparently he's had like terabytes of data on government officials and all this shit. So I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, this is what happens. No one knows what really happens with government. You don't. So you can keep believing what you see on the fucking TV, or you could do your own fucking research. Don't believe the fucking TV. That's my fucking word.
JIRI4S says, you got a Palestine viewer right here. Appreciate you, BPK fan for life. Wow.
Bro, when I see shit like that, like Palestine, even London, people listening, like, bro, the craziest fucking shit to me. I swear to God. It really is. I got a lot of people in London who listen. I look at my I look
Analytics
at
and shit, yeah.
analytics. A lot of people from London. I can't pull it up right now, but a lot of different countries fucking with the BBK. And honestly, it never ceases.
Where's everybody from in the chat? Put where you're
drop
from.
where you're from.
Or if you're if you're watching in the comments.
Shout out to Gamer G in the chat who always puts the timestamps. Gamer G, I just want you to know I appreciate it. I will not put it in the description because I want people to listen to the whole video. It's nothing against you, but if they really want the timestamps, they know you're in the comments and ready to give them that.
Shout out Buffalo. Shout out Mass.
Sweden.
Yeah.
This motherfucker's Netherlands, Sweden, Ohio, stand up, Brooklyn, Massachusetts, New Jersey, Orlando. Damn.
Philly, Ohio, New Zealand. What the fuck?
Bro, I think motherfuckers are trolling at this point.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Yeah. Koreatown, Los Angeles. It's awesome.
China's from New York.
Any indigenous love? I'm a listener. Yes, Callum. Shout out BPJ from the Discord. He's indigenous. Shout out him.
It always blows my mind that females listen to the songs and the shows too, because I just you're
looking at some of the avatars here? I see you.
Yeah, China LaBella. Like, that's someone I would never expect to watch the show or something like this.
North Canada, close to Alaska. That's cool. North Korea, that's a troll. That has to be a troll.
I think a lot of these were trolls.
Some of these are a lot of these are normal too. Like Chicago, Toronto, like that's not that crazy. Yeah, there's a London right here in the chat. Yeah, shout out Fred D.
Baltimore, London. Yeah, I got a lot of London viewership. I don't know if you guys got any questions.
Brian Hill's got one. When Chris Styles got caught up, Joe treated Rory like he did it. Joe was beating off dogs. He cried and walked off the pod depressed when everybody else was talking about what shows they were watching.
Well, in one of my first 2 disses, I said, "Where's Chris Styles? Thought that was your bro. You canceled him before you even fact checked them hoes." Because you know what? These days, a person puts a story out. I don't know Chris Styles from fucking hole in the wall. I don't know if he did it, if he didn't. But it's a sad day when you could just post something online about someone and it's fucking there's no back information. There's nothing. You don't know if it's truthful. You don't know it's a fact. And now your reputation's just fucking tarnished forever. Which is why people are always like, Big Pump Killer, why don't you put your face out there? Because I don't want to be fucking. I don't want these internet motherfuckers knowing who I am. You fucking serious? That's why these motherfuckers on the internet are sick.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Gotta get away from it, man. It's been so refreshing to get away from it.
Oh, bro, like I swear, these last 10 days or whatever, I've barely been on Twitter. I went on Twitter, Reddit, all the Discord the other day. Yesterday, and I had mad messages from people asking if I was all right. So I just wanted to check in with everyone. Gamer G said, didn't someone put a face photo of you out? I put a face photo out because someone got a screen grab off a live stream. If you search hard enough in my Discord, you could find my face, but I'm not putting it out there. If you really want it, you could go get it. Did y'all talk about Mandy B getting way too invested in the fake Bow Wow Soulja Boy beef? No, I didn't, because I don't listen to trash heap pods to know what Mandy B is fucking up to. The human refrigerator. Yeah, what he said about Tory. Liz said what he said about Tory saying he canceled him, and Ish was like, dude, you've been accused of the same shit. I did see that clip, Liz. And man, this is why I always say Ish and Ice are the last good things about this pod, because, bro, Ish gave it to him right there in the clip someone sent me. He was like, bro, you've been accused of the same shit, and you're going to stand here like you aren't? And Joe didn't have a fucking leg to stand on, so he backtracked, because Joe Budden is the world's biggest fucking hypocrite.
Yeah. No, it's just consistent behavior with the hypocrisy. And yeah, Tory Lanez in that situation. What a favors Tory Lanez did by giving Joe features late in his career. It's crazy.
That was a big favor. He didn't have to do that.
Absolutely not.
Jermaine Sterling asked, do you think Rory and Mal will ever get a Drake interview? Honestly, because Drake is such a petty fuck, it's definitely in the realm of possibility. Austin Phillips said, BPK, what do you do for a living? This motherfucker. No, and I'm not gonna say what I do for a living on here. But
Yeah. I can
if
just say apps. That's what I
if
do. But
if
yeah,
you wanna support BPK to make him more of a prominent YouTuber, you could hit the Cash App, which is in the corner, or do a super chat. I like Ish.
the great poo poo man says, "What's worse, shooting a woman in the foot or sitting on a pregnant woman's stomach?" That's
Ooh,
sarcasm, by the way.
uh, damn, but it is sarcasm. But I'm gonna answer this question.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Now, this is why I'm gonna say sitting on a pregnant woman's chest is worse, because you sitting on that pregnant woman's chest have the ability to end two lives. You could, one, stop her airflow, murder the pregnant woman, which would in result kill the living child inside of her,
Yep.
or you shoot someone in the foot. And I don't know. I think the percentage of people who get shot just in the foot, I think they're living. So I'm gonna say Joe Budden's worse. Shout out to timestamps for the buckaroo.
For the $1. Man,
Appreciate
shout out
it.
timestamps.
Hey, I appreciate anything. Don't think like, oh, I'm not gonna do $1 because it's only $1. Anything's appreciated over here.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I sit on her chest. I learn from the best. Word, brother. Except I would never sit on a woman's chest.
Couldn't do it. Couldn't be
Thoughts
me.
on Joe's bankruptcy? It's true. We've went to this a couple times, but we're just looking at the chat right now. Joe Budden's, I mean, you know, between the dad hats, between the teeth, between shopping for Lamborghinis, I mean, you know, and he's went on his pod and basically said he declared bankruptcy and he's just doing it to you know, get himself out. Like Joe Budden is gonna have the IRS knocking on his door sooner or later. Take my word. I've called a lot of shit. Or
Shout out Gamer G and Bink Bianca talking in the chat. They're having a little conversation there. Not going to read it out, but you know, we're making connections here, man. This is where everybody's meeting up. It's crazy. Look at that. Timestamp guys getting it.
A lot of people, Yellow Cupcake, sit on a chest. What's no? That was
Dude, what's the sit on the chest thing?
That was for I referenced it in my last song and on that live stream song. But the first time I said that line was I was like, learn that move from I won't hit the bitch, but I might sit on her chest. Learn that move from the best. Learn that move from the God. I don't remember. It was over Stan though, that first one. Dennis Bergkamp, what is this? And why you guys talking about Joe? Because I want him. Because I want him, motherfucker.
Man, we didn't do our Patreon bit.
Let's just address it. So, Savon, that talentless motherfucker, who is as interesting as watching paint dry on your fucking wall, launched a Patreon last month on the 1st of June, I believe. So he was hyping it heavy. He was doing this. He was doing that. And about 3 weeks into the month, he was celebrating. He was very celebratory because he hit 100 Patreons. And, you know, I was still in full swing pump Killa at this time. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to show this motherfucker. I'm going to start a Patreon. So sometime in the middle of last month, I started a Patreon. The goal was to get 100 Patreons to prove Savon wrong. I said I'd do a Savon diss. It was only $1 for the month. But after I sat on it for a few days, I was already over the whole Joe thing. And I'm like, am I going to fucking do this for Savon? So I hit up everyone who signed up for the Patreon. I offered them their $1 back through Cash App or PayPal. And everyone said just keep the $1. I never even put my bank info in. So the Patreon bigwigs are going to have $20 courtesy of Big Pump Killa. Shout out to anyone who signed up to the Patreon. But I don't want to do a Patreon. Like, it's just not for me. I'm clowning these motherfuckers for a Patreon. What would I'd be a fucking hypocrite. China, the Patreon's gone. I took it off already. But if you want more Big Pump Killa content, I mean, the Cash App, the super chats, they're open. Yo, you there?
I'm here. Yeah. No, shout out to the super chats. And yeah, the bit was gonna be that I was gonna be like, yo, I didn't get my percentage. You sent me a Excel spreadsheet. Where's my money? And then you're like, now we stopped the podcast. But that didn't happen. No conversations about splits ever happened. So,
Macarius Derby said Sin should have kept her boobies. Did Sin get a breast
oh
reduction?
no shit, really?
I don't know. Sin's good looking regardless. I mean,
yeah.
honestly,
I mean, you kind of have to pour one out there. I mean, that's it. Yeah,
I'm more
it's
of
one
an
of those
ass,
ones.
I'm more of
I
an ass
know.
guy anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me about her chest. I mean, I don't give a fuck. I'm not like following Sin Santana out here. I'm more of a Tahiri guy. But that's
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. Especially, yeah. I don't know. Tahiri is like crazy though, right?
But I do gotta say, Sin, when I checked out her music, I mean, Tahiri dropped a song, "The Devil," it was called, a couple years ago, and that shit was fucking trash. I love Tahiri, but her music was trash. So when I saw Sin Santana put a song out, I went into it with the lowest of expectations.
Of
And
course.
I'm not saying it was great or she reinvented the wheel, but I was pleasantly surprised. I think it
Yeah.
was the first song she put out. I was like, wow, this is a lot better
Better
than
than the Bridget Kelly debut album.
oh my God, Bridget fucking Kelly. You know what? When the pod first came out, I did like a little Bridget Kelly deep dive, and nothing pisses me off than like someone who could sing but makes trash music over trash production. Like,
Yeah.
congratulations, Bridget Kelly. You can sing, but the reason your career went nowhere is because your fucking beats are trash, your lyrics are trash, and no one wants to hear that fucking shit.
Sin songs are not bad, but she's coming out with some Spanish stuff. Thank you,
That's
China, for
fine.
that.
Yeah, I got no issue with that. I mean, Sin, do what you want. I mean, respect to her. She got out of a toxic situation. I'm sure
Yeah.
Joe's got some hush money. Let's not forget about that audio clip that came out where she said Joe was dragging her on the ground and all that shit. Everyone likes
Yeah.
to sweep that allegation under the rug. We know Sin got some hush money, but shit. I mean, at the end of the day, what's better? Getting some hush money, keeping him happy and keeping steady money flowing in, or fighting him in court when you know he's going to have a better lawyer? Salute to her.
Dennis coming with some hate, and Callum says nothing wrong with brick and mortar business. Shout out to brick and mortar businesses.
Spreza said Tahiri selling mattresses. Listen, this is like something that grinded my gears when I heard Joe talk about it. Who gives a fuck if she's selling mattresses? People got to realize that like this entertainment shit and clowning people because maybe they're doing like a regular person job is some fucking cornball shit, bro. Not everyone's gonna be a rapper, a podcaster, a ball player. Like, the world doesn't even move off of those people. That's like some extra shit. We got to stop clowning people for having real fucking jobs, because you know what?
Yeah.
I fucking look up to the fucking construction guy who goes and busts his fucking ass every day more than I look up to the fucking assholes who speak on the mic fucking once a week and act like they have it so fucking hard. There's people waking up at 4 in the fucking morning to commute into New York fucking City. Like, I don't care if they're working in an office. Just that commute alone. Like, people got to stop. Like, you know, if she's selling mattresses, word to her. Like, good. I'd rather someone make an honest living than fucking, you know, deal drugs or some other shit. Like, salute to her. And she has her OnlyFans, which I've never checked out, but I see her tweeting about it a lot.
Gotta promote it.
What did Obama fucking say? I don't know.
Oh no.
I'm not even touching politics, bro.
Can't do it, dude.
No. Tahiri is almost 40. She can't be an insta thought forever. She's over 40. At least she's doing something.
Yeah.
When's the last time you heard from Buffy the Body? I see. Point taken. Like,
yeah.
You know, salute to Tahiri buying or selling mattresses, or salute
at least she's working. Yeah. Shout out
to anyone in entertainment who fucking left entertainment and are working a regular fucking job. Because you know what? Everyone looks up to these fucking celebrities and shit. You know what? That's not real life at the end of the fucking day. It's not real it's real life to a select few fucking people. And if you make it there, salute. But you know what? Like, a lot
we
of
need mattresses more than a Karen Civil pod. Shout out Pachi Wear. That is absolutely true.
Exactly, bro. If the mattresses are a scam, who gives a fuck? She's still making her bread, and it's a fucking mattress.
Hey, it's not a pyramid scheme. It's a mattress. Like, you need one. Like, you're gonna get robbed on the way in and out, but hey.
Obama predicted a new religion if aliens exist. That's why I'm sorry.
Dude,
like,
that is way too crazy for me.
I'm not getting into politics because y'all have me out of here real quick. Yeah, man, it's really sad that the
BPK,
parents.
did you pay the fair clown because he said "tada" to Joe? I don't know if you
No,
heard
and
that.
my cousin watched that and he hit me up and he's like, bro, and he's seen some clips where Joe said "tada." I don't think a lot of people realize, like, I took "tada" from the show. Joe's son was in one day and he started saying "tada," and I just started dropping it in my songs. I mean, a lot of people give me credit for it, but all credit goes to Lex Budden at the end of the day. Oh my God, let's talk about Lil Kim's fucking face.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, bro. This is what I don't understand. This is why celebrity is such a toxic fucking wasteland. We were talking about, I was just saying how, we need to give more praise to these regular people. Lil Kim was fucking beautiful back in the day before any of her fucking work. Beautiful. Bombshell. Didn't need a fucking lick of plastic surgery. But you know what? Even when she got the first two and whatever. But bro, now her skin is completely fucking bleached white. Her face is, it looks like a bee stung her on both of her cheeks. It's so fucking sad. Like, this is what celebrity pushed this fucking woman to do. And it's very sad. And, maybe I'd have something positive to say if her music wasn't also trash as fuck these days.
Yeah, it's tragic. Absolutely. You see old celebrities, Joan Rivers, remember her, rest in peace, another comedian that just, looked like a fucking alien. All Friends cats too. I don't know if you saw the reunion. I didn't, but you see the still photos of them. It's fucking crazy, man. They're just
I was
all
so pissed at the
shot
Friends
up.
reunion because, bro, I turned on. I was never a huge Friends fan, but I was like bored one day. I saw it, and like I was so pissed when I turned it on, and it wasn't like, yo, if you're doing a show reunion, let us know beforehand. Like, it's not you guys doing a new episode of the show. No one wanted to see that shit. I wanted to see the Friends cast in an episode reunited. Like,
Bring some of the cameos on. Bring some famous people on. Like, that's not what they gave them, right?
All they had to do, they could have done that whole thing, but in the beginning, give us like 20 minutes of them in character doing something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was just such a letdown, and Jennifer Aniston's hands look like a man now.
Man,
do you guys think Joe is racist? I hate to say it because I'm not supposed to have an opinion because I'm white, but I mean, if you hear Joe talk, I mean, I think that kind of answers it itself. I've said a lot of shit as BPK, and I've gotten the most shit for saying Joe is racist. But I mean, if you hear how he talks, like, I mean, he's racist, and Parks is a self-hating white. If you hate me for that, then you hate the truth.
Yeah, my perspective, I think, is probably he's prejudiced. Like, that's one thing, but like, I think racism, by definition, is like coming from like a place where you can like fuck over someone because of.
I just think when you take any race and you define that entire race off of a select few people of that race.
Yeah, you're prejudiced.
It's prejudice. So maybe prejudice is a better term.
Yeah.
Preza said Parks
discriminatory. Yeah. Parks stormed the Capitol will never not be funny. That was hilarious.
Parks definitely didn't because we know what side of the spectrum he falls on. But
he looks like it though. Right?
He definitely looks like someone who stormed the Capitol. Man, like, it's just so sad. Like, usually we do these shows and there's so much to talk about, and it's just like it's really been like the Big Pump Killa thing couldn't have started at a better time because like the roller coaster ride of everything that happened these last 7 months, and now it's just like the roller coaster ride. When you go on the roller coaster, you're going up, you're going down, you're going up.
Yeah.
Now we're in that part of the roller coaster where you're just coming back into the place where you started, and like
it's over.
The people who work there are about to take the harness off you, and like it's
Shout
all
out Gamer Gee, man. He just got Binky Bianca's Instagram. Wow. Making a connection in the chat. Incredible. You'd love to see it.
Yo, shout out to some of you dudes in my comments who see like a good looking girl, post a comment and try getting her number. That shit will never not make me laugh.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
So what you motherfuckers think's
gonna Everybody happen? Give a round of applause to my boy Gamer Gee. Shout out to Timestamp. Man, absolute legend.
Yeah, Gamer G with the timestamps. He's getting the numbers. He's doing it big. He's doing it almost as big as we're doing it, yo.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I feel like there's something else I'm forgetting about. There's something else. There's something else. Well, if you guys have any more questions in the chat while I rack my fucking brain about what else there is to talk about with Joe Budden, because it's just become so trash that there's basically nothing anymore. Shout out to Killa. He's been a day one fan. I've seen him, on Instagram and my comments forever.
Shout out Killa.
Cleveland Green has a comment. I'm just going to put it on the screen. I agree. Will JBP last with Ice and Ish? Listen, like me and Yog have both said, Ice and Ish are the last good thing about the pod. I mean, they're really the only thing keeping it standing at this point because they're the only people who are going to push back on Joe. Any clips I see, they're always the last few episodes that I did listen to. They're the last redeemable thing going on there, and it's just it's sad. But the last pod I listened to, I forget what it was, but man, Park said something, and I just was like, you know what, what am I doing with my life? Why am I listening to this sewer rat, ugly motherfucker coming through my phone? And I was just like, you know what, man, it's been a good ride, but these motherfuckers they're just done. Cleveland Green, thanks guys. You have a new subscriber.
Appreciate it, Cleveland. Yeah.
Because 70% of the people who watch my shit aren't even subscribed. I don't understand.
Wow. Yeah, subscribe if you're listening. I said it already a few times. Won't say it again. Please subscribe.
Oh, let's talk about this. Someone sent me a clip where something came up where they were talking about Park's wedding, and Joe was like, "Oh, that's going to be interesting," and Ish was like, "What you mean?" And he was like, "Oh, Rory and Mal are going to be there," and Parks was kind of like, "Oh, I don't know if Rory and Mal are coming." Guess what, you stank fuck? They aren't coming, you idiot. They don't like you. They probably don't like you more. Mal definitely doesn't like you more than Joe because you're a pandering, dick-sucking bootlicker.
Yeah, I can't imagine that they like each other. There's no way Rory and Mal are going to this fucking wedding. Even if he invited them. It's just not happening. He's not inviting them, and they wouldn't come.
China says,
it was clearly a joke.
Yeah. China says, I don't like Joe treating his co-hosts like peasants. Well, China, what you have to understand is that is a full-blown narcissist doing what he does best. That's what narcissists do. I don't know if you've ever been around narcissists in your life. I mean, I personally have a couple times, and I mean, the people in my life who I regarded as narcissists, they are very much like Joe and do everything that Joe does.
Joe's making fun of Ish for having a queen-size bed. It's a real thing. I mean, that was always a joke we did, and growing up. But I don't know. There's nothing wrong with the queen.
I mean, am I a loser?
Ish,
I have a queen-size bed.
I do too. Yeah.
Shit, and not to mention, you save money when you go buy that comforter for the queen opposed to the king. It's
literally half of the price,
bro. I was at Bed Bath & Beyond the other day, and I was looking for a new comforter. Sadly, none of them matched the fucking color.
Yo, they still got those by you? They're shutting down everywhere. It's crazy.
There's one left by me, and it's in an abandoned, the whole rest of the strip is abandoned, but on the other side there's a Burger King and a Bed Bath, and surprisingly, the fucking place was packed. But
wow. I mean, that's Long Island for you, for sure. Yeah, they love that.
Yeah, I couldn't find a good comforter, though, sadly. They didn't have any colors that were matching my room.
Dude, the colors are terrible on a comforter. I just moved, so I had to buy one. I ended up just buying a white blanket off of Amazon. It's terrible.
Nick A said, damn, yo, pick up the twin. Dude, I slept in a I was 22, 20. Bro.
Yeah, dude. Oh, my God, yeah. Same.
The struggle of bringing a girl home to a twin.
Oh, dude, it was 4 guys in a 2-bedroom apartment in the summer where we all had twins. That was a fucking nightmare. Never doing that again.
Yeah, but you know what? No shit. I mean, a queen. I mean, I'd love to have a king, but you know what?
I don't have the space in my room for it.
Same here. I my room's not exactly small, but if I put a king size bed in it, I'm losing a lot of real estate. I'm not.
I would have to get rid of it, a dresser. It just wouldn't be good.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Joe. From the motherfucker who talks privilege and all this privilege shit, he has some goal. He talked about people who have white refrigerators. He talked about people who have a queen size bed. This is just oozing of fucking celebrity privilege. Shut up, you egotistical maniac. Yellow Cupcake said Joe loves to be in control and be a dick. I mean, If there's one thing that this channel has tried to get out there, that would be it.
Edward says, I can't believe they're first, but Gilly and Wallow are outdoing Joey. I agree. Yeah. $1 million worth of game is a much better show.
I have never listened to one episode. I've never listened to a single episode of that podcast. I guess
you got to check it out. Yeah. If you're looking for a new podcast.
The Kid Sky said Joe's not on the same level mentally with Ish. Ish be running circles around Joe. I mean, from the last few episodes when I was listening, I mean, Ish is really like, he's really got a good mind. And you want to know why? Because Ish comes from, and I mean, so does Ice to a degree, but Ish is like a real working man. Like, he's a construction dude. Like when you work and you like really work, something Joe Budden, like, yeah, we praise him for his entertainment. But you got to understand, these people you're looking up to, they've never worked a real fucking job. Like, it's hard for me to even respect someone who's never had to wake up and go, like, actually work. Because these celebrities could say, oh, I was in the studio all night. I was on the film set. Like, shut up.
Yeah, you're being pandered to the entire time you're there. Like, on a studio, you're getting catered foods. You're in a fucking trailer. Everybody's working for you. The entire thing revolves around you.
And that's what makes me sick when I see people like championing Jay-Z and Beyonce. Oh, they bought the first $100 million Bentley. Like, yeah, motherfucker, and you're on your way to work. Why do you even care? Why are you tweeting like this motherfucker cares about you? And then they'll go fucking donate fucking 20 fucking grand somewhere. And then they're fucking good people. 20 grand to Jay-Z and Beyonce is like if I dropped a fucking penny on the ground right now. Probably half of that fucking penny.
Insane. Yeah, I realized I just left my oven on. I'm a fucking idiot, dude. It's crazy.
What were you cooking?
I was making some chicken, meal prepping. Trying to get in shape.
Yeah, man. I don't know, like chicken in the I can't cook. I do like grilled chicken on the grill. I don't know, something about like when I make my own chicken in the oven, it just don't ever pan out right for me. I gotta grill my like some fucking chicken breasts.
Dude, yeah, I gotta get a grill. I just moved into this spot, so yeah, grilling is definitely the best way to prepare. That was a trending topic recently on Twitter. I don't know if you saw that. It was someone wrote an article, I think, for the New York Times and said like grilling is the worst way to prepare meat, and I totally disagree.
Well, I mean, you can't cook a filet mignon on the grill. That's got to be pan-seared and then thrown in the oven. But everything else, to me, I love on the grill. It's not filet mignon.
Absolutely, like cooking. I don't know. Like I think if I had a T-bone, I'd prefer that grilled, right? Filet mignon, I agree, definitely pan-seared oven. But if I'm eating like a T-bone, I do like it grilled.
Bro, I've been binge watching Gordon Ramsay for like the last 3 weeks. I can't get enough.
Man. So good.
I started with the Kitchen Nightmares. Now I'm watching Master Chef. Like, the dude is just pure fucking entertainment.
I know. He's so good too. Like at his job and he's entertaining. It's unfair. It's crazy.
I swear to God, I watched a video like 3 weeks ago on like how he makes scrambled eggs. It's changed my life because every morning I wake up now, I make Gordon Ramsay's scrambled fucking eggs, and I'm off.
Yeah, that video is so popular. I think it's got like 40 million views. It's so entertaining,
bro. And it's like I never knew all this shit. Take it off the on the heat, off the heat, mix. Like it was so easy, and now like. But anyway, this dude says hire Joe's naked chef. I mean, we know she's available because Joe wasn't paying her, and just to piggyback off the privilege thing again. This guy is in your ear every week talking about privilege this and rich people that. He sits there and it's like he's oblivious that 90% of his fucking audience don't have private fucking chefs. Like they don't have fucking all these luxuries he's been afforded for just talking into a microphone. He is so disconnected. And when I went onto the Reddit the other day, I couldn't believe what someone said. There's this dude in my Reddit. I mean, salute to him. I'm not going to say his name, but he's been posting some shit and he's just like championing Joe so much. And I'm so surprised that he's on my Reddit. But he said, what did he say? He said he loves the business talks on the pod, which I couldn't believe. Because, like, listen, the business talks on the pod were cool, like maybe 2 years ago when they would be here or there and you get to hear about the inner workings of the pod. But when it became a staple business discussion pod. Every episode, we're going to dwell on business for the next fucking hour, and Joe's going to rant and work himself into a sweat. Like, I don't see how anyone wants to fucking hear that. And
you can watch podcast episodes with actual billionaires. Like,
Yeah,
why would you go to Joe Budden for podcast? Like,
I
this
don't
is
want to
shit.
hear a podcast about I mean, unless we're talking about my podcast, about his podcast, which is different. I don't want to hear him talking about his podcast, the business workings, every fucking episode. It's tired.
Yeah,
And
for sure.
what has he done for Patreon? Has he done anything yet? It really was that meaningless title that everyone was joking about in the beginning. He has done nothing. What creator equity has he brought there?
More money for Patreon shareholders. Like, that's, I guess, the plan. I don't know what he's done as other than that one interview that he did for the Patreon YouTube channel. And I guess they make a percentage of how much money he brings in, which they're hiding the numbers, so we don't even know.
What how many patrons or whatever they call them, how many people do you think are signed up to the Patreon, all tiers combined?
3,000 around there. That's my ballpark, probably.
Really?
Yeah. Just based on how many people are in the Discord, I mean 3 to 5, maybe top end would be 5, but I'd guess around 3.
Do you think it saw a massive decline after the first month?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Like, that's, if you look at like other Patreons and like the way they trend, people like usually like drop off. Like, there's usually a drop off.
I mean, I look at Flagrant 2, and I love the Patreon people who keep it transparent, like show you this is what I'm making and this is how
shout
much
out Flagrant 2, shout out Tim Dillon, shout out Matt and Shane. Like, those are like some of the top podcasts that show the numbers. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
I was surprised Bridget Kelly and Mandy are showing their numbers. I mean, 49 Patreons. I mean, I respect the transparency, but at the same time, maybe those should have been non-private.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much we would have expected for them, but we probably would have said at least 100, right? We'd say she had at least as much as Save On did, but that's not even the case here, which is crazy.
Well, Save On got that 100 after about 3 weeks. Bridget Kelly and Mandy are at 47 in a day, so they're on pace. I'm sure they'll get to 100. It's just, I don't understand. Like we said earlier in the episode, I don't understand how you look at your numbers on YouTube and think that people want more video content. Like,
damn, Brian Hill and his girl are smoking a whole turkey on Sunday. Imagine eating turkey for 4th of July. That's insane.
Yeah, I'm going to be home on 4th of July. I don't like fireworks.
Yeah, neither do I.
Like, I'm sorry, but like, it's just an excuse for people to go out. I don't drink. I don't smoke. Like,
fireworks are fun when you're shooting them off. They're not fun to go when like the city's doing them.
No, I'm not shooting off fucking fire. I have the luck that my finger would get blown off. That's the type of luck Big Pump.
Dude, I'm getting drunk as fuck on July 4th. Going to eat some brisket and then throw some fireworks while I'm drunk.
Bro, I smoked weed for the first time 2 weeks ago, Yog.
You told me that, yeah.
No, not for the first time ever. I smoked weed.
I know. Yeah. You took a long break though, right?
Yeah, I stopped smoking back like right before I started doing the Joe Budden disses and shit back in December, because I started getting like small, like I would get anxiety when I started smoking.
Yeah.
And so I was like, this has happened to me before in the past. I would stop smoking, I'd ease back into it or whatever. And bro, fucking like 2 weeks ago or whenever I just said, I smoked for the first time. I ripped a bowl like 3 times. Dude, I will never smoke weed again in my life. I felt like I went in, like it triggered like not anxiety, like a full-blown panic attack where I thought I was going to have a fucking heart attack. Like Big Pump.
Do you get seizures?
No.
Okay. Bro, does it run in your family potentially? Because like that's like a thing that can happen.
No, but bro, it was just like a full-blown.
You might want to look into that maybe. I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, I haven't smoked weed since and it hasn't happened.
Okay. So. Probably don't do it then.
Yeah, bro,
especially if your heart rate starts like increasing.
Bro,
like, that's usually not a good sign.
Arm, like, bro, I was tripping, bro. Like,
yo, Joey Flacco saying might shoot up some heroin since the 4th. Damn.
Don't do that, buddy.
Don't do that.
I've been down that road.
Damn, really?
Yep, I was a full-blown drug addict from 2007 from 2006 until August 28th, 2016. I'm about to come on my 5 years clean.
Fuck yeah, dude. Congratulations.
If you don't count weed, which I never did, because let me tell you something. If it wasn't for weed when I got off pills and heroin, I would never have gotten clean. Some people use Suboxone. I don't know if you know what that is to get off opiates.
Yeah, that's like a week to get you off oxys, right? Yeah, but it's just as addictive.
Yeah, so I have a lot of friends who have been on Suboxone for 10 years, 12 years.
Yeah.
What I did was I fucking just, I started smoking weed again. I did Suboxone for like a week and I hated how it made me feel. I was throwing up from it.
Yeah.
And so then I started smoking weed. And honestly, I think that weed needs to be implemented into like opiate recovery because, bro, weed got me off fucking hard drugs. And honestly, my hat's off to weed. But like I said, now it gives me panic attacks. I will never smoke weed again in my life. I'm 100% fucking clean. The only thing I'm trying to get off now is fucking cigarettes. I'm smoking on a vape right now. So
yeah, congratulations, man. That's huge.
Yeah, man. I mean, now I think about shit I did when I was on drugs, and it's like the craziest fucking shit. Like people
you
are
have
always
some insane stories, probably.
Yeah, bro. I have crazy stories, but people are always like, "Oh, all it takes is one time to go back." Like, bro, like people always worry, like, "Oh, you could relapse." Like, no, like I will never fucking do drugs again. And I know people never say never. Like, no, motherfucker. Like, I won't. So don't tell me what I'm gonna do. Like, bro, I was on some fucking crazy fucking shit back in the day. From 2006 to 2016, I was bad. From 2010 to 2016 was probably my worst era. I was fucking, oh my God, bro. It was bad. But yeah, 5 years clean next month.
Congratulations, man. Wow. 2006, I was 10 years old. 2016, I was 20. Crazy.
Yeah,
it's a long time.
You were 10 years old and I was sniffing Oxycontin in the back of some bitch's Pathfinder, ruining my life.
Damn. So you were like crushing up the pills, right? Would you remove like the timed release or some shit like that?
Yeah, well, I started doing drugs because Oxycontin 80 milligram Oxycontin, they were this little green pill and you'd get it and you'd like lick the coating off of it, which was the time release. And then you'd get like a strainer and you'd strain the pill down and then you'd sniff. And bro, these little pills were fucking $50 a pop. Then they went up to $60 a pop. Like, bro, so like you start having a fucking 2 pill a day habit. You're in a 40-hour work week job isn't gonna fucking support that habit. So you're getting into some mischief.
And that's when you eventually switch to heroin then, right? Because it's just cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, bro, it got to the point where you're spending $50 on a pill, or you could buy a $10 bag and get fucking high for fucking 12 hours.
Yeah.
At first, and then eventually, rinse and repeat. The heroin's not working anymore. So
no, for sure, yeah, it's like some Requiem for a Dream shit. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it was crazy. Honestly, I don't even know how I made it out some days because like I've so many people around me died, like so many people I graduated with died.
Yeah. My cousin died to that shit. Yeah.
Definitely some close calls. The funniest shit when I think about being on drugs is how high I'd be and people around me, and I'd be like, "Bro, I'm not high." That's the funniest shit a drug addict does is sit there high out of their mind and tell you how they're not high.
Yeah.
When you're really fucking high.
Good stuff. Shout out Lowell, Massachusetts, Nick A. Wow, what a grab there.
Spreza said white people drugs. I mean, Joe was an angel dust addict. I mean, what's more respectable? I mean, smoking angel dust?
Are pills white people drugs? I guess I don't know.
Maybe when I started, but I mean, I think
not anymore.
I think pills have reached every race and destroyed many a life at this point.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Fuck Purdue formula. Insane.
Yeah, man. Ian. Let's talk about Ian before we get out of here.
Yeah, let's do it.
he's looking at the JBP right now, and what do you think's going through his head? Is does he know? Is he just keeping a positive vibe, but he knows shit's fucked, or
he has to know that, like, and I keep saying this like the entire episode, it's basically been the theme. This isn't how they expected it to turn out. There's no way that this was the ideal state. He has to be incredibly disappointed with the way the numbers are going, what Rory and Mal are doing as far as their numbers, and then the rest of their network is just in shambles. This can't be exciting for him.
And something Joe has been saying the last few episodes I was listening is, oh, everything's opening back up. Like, I don't know where this motherfucker was, but I'm from New York. Everything's been regular for fucking damn near fucking 8 months now, 9 months.
Yeah.
So when he said, oh, the world's open back up, maybe in your stupid fucking bubble. And yo, why is he still wearing a mask if he got a vaccine?
I think he's wearing the mask to hide his face so that people don't recognize him. I think that that's what the theory is. He might have said that on an episode and we missed it. But someone said that in the chat.
In that clip I was watching of him getting clowned by the clown at the fair, that mask, first off, it's like a $400 mask, and it doesn't even fit his fucking stupid face.
That's probably why he's wearing it. He spent so much money on it. He's like, I gotta wear it.
Now, let me ask you this, Yo. All right, so the Joe Budden.
Oh, shout out Sleepy J real quick. $2 in super chat. Appreciate it, Sleepy J. If Joe did a boxing match, who should he fight, BBK?
Oh, see, this is why I like the fan interactions. If you have any more questions, guys, in the chat, doesn't have to be a super chat, but just
it absolutely doesn't. I'll read them out.
Who would I like to see Joe face in a boxing match? Honestly, him versus Rory. I mean, it's what this whole thing started about. Let's enter the right way. Let's get in the ring. Have Cash App sponsor it, even though they won't.
That'd be a great fight with a Cash App sponsorship, man. Sell it as a $2 pay-per-view.
China said let him fight Mal. I mean, I'd rather see him and Rory because they were the ones who had.
There'd be more vitriol. Mal wouldn't care. Mal wouldn't train. He wouldn't do shit.
Him versus Rory in the main event, and then Mal versus Parks.
Oh, that would be a really good fight.
As the undercard.
Oh, that's an excellent card.
So let's do this. Who's winning, Mal versus Parks?
Oh, man. Probably, I would have to say, as much as I hate to say it, probably Parks. I don't think Mal would train at all.
Chat, let us know who's winning a boxing match between Parks and Mal. So you're saying Parks, Joe?
I don't think Mal would train or care about it. He act like he's too cool for it, and then wouldn't show up at all, or would show up but wouldn't perform at all. And Parks, he really hates Mal. There's a lot of vitriol behind some of those Instagram messages that leaked. I could see him showing up in the gym, training, getting ready for it, and training is everything when it comes to these fights. So that's why I'm picking Parks.
Well, Parks might just win because the
height, the length, and the height, and then the smell would be distracting.
That's what I was going to say. If he's going to go to the gym and train and continue his pattern of not letting soap hit his frame and not showering, Mal might just step in the ring and pass out from that smelly fuck.
Yeah, China LaBelle, Parks smells. We had Mandy B on a Q&A on the Discord, and she confirmed Parks smells like shit. You weren't there for it. We didn't record it, so maybe she might have not said that, but I'm gonna say she did.
Some revisionist history.
No one remembers that.
But just so people know, Parks, Mandy B did a Discord Q&A with Yog, and she said that Parks smells fine and that he showers all the time and lets everyone know how much he showers, which I found very strange. So you're going around advertising how much you shower, I don't know. That sounds like someone with a body odor problem trying to find a
China LaBelle. How does he have a girlfriend? I don't know if you've heard of this thing called Stockholm Syndrome, but it's where you get trapped in a space with someone and you eventually start to convince yourself you do like them. Always a possibility. We don't know what's going on there.
All right, chat.
The smell is hypnotizing.
The main event, who's winning in a boxing match? Rory or Joe Budden? Yog, I'll let you give your opinion first, and then I'll chime in, and then we'll read the chat.
Gotta be Joe. Definitely the height advantage. Going back to that, depending on if he's on Adderall or some oxys, whatever he's He's either going to numb the pain or he's going to show up like just tweaking. So I could see that playing an advantage. No drug tests, of course, for this fight.
Oh, there
so nobody would qualify.
This is my thing. I want to say if it was a street fight, Joe might win.
That's a good question. Is this MMA rules or boxing rules?
We're talking boxing, not a street fight, not MMA. Because listen, in boxing, you need to have some conditioning. Joe's puffing on 2 packs of Newports a day.
Oh, we've seen those basketball clips with him like huffing and puffing. I didn't even think of that.
He has cankles. I don't know how good he could move around these days.
I got to give it to Rory, and I think I'm going to agree with you there. I think the age difference is going to make up for the difference in height, and it's going to be a round 2 knockout, Rory. That's my guess.
Round 2, yeah, because you know what? He's going to be
gassed after 1 round. He's going to go halfway down in round 2, guaranteed.
Yeah, there's no fucking doubt in my mind. Some people are asking BPK versus Ian. I'd like to say I would take him because, I mean, Ian, let's face facts. He doesn't know about, being tough. He doesn't know
Didn't Ian go to private school?
I mean, listen, I'm not typecasting him, but we know that he came from a privileged background. If one had to guess, probably never worked hard for much, stumbled into... You don't just stumble into managing DJ Premier when you're 24, 25 years old. So he had some connections. I would definitely wipe the floor with him in a street fight, a boxing match, MMA. I would take one of his fucking disastrous paintings and smash it over his fucking stupid head. Do you see this joke? He's still putting these paintings up on Twitter and asking, help me name it. We talked about it last episode, but it's continuing.
Yeah. Does he have you blocked, or can you reply to him?
He doesn't have me blocked. I never really got at the guys on Twitter aside from Joe. Like, I've never tagged. I think I've tagged Ian maybe 1 or 2 times. I've never tagged Parks. I used to go in Joe's comments, and Joe blocked me. And I think after the Hey Mal song, someone sent it. A lot of people tag my posts. They'll tag them in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Joe and Mal have me blocked, which I don't give a fuck.
Hey Mal was fucking hilarious, by the way.
Yeah, that's definitely in my top 3 diss tracks.
For sure, yeah.
Chat, let me know some of your favorite Big Pump Killa. What's your favorite diss songs that I've done? Because I have my own personal list of favorites I've done. Mine would be
Hey Shirts Mal. And Buttons is in my top 3 as a sleeper.
That's Shirts and Buttons is definitely one of my favorites. Hey Mal. Return of the Mac. I did a Men in Black flip, which was one of my favorites, but it's like one of the worst viewed ones. But I feel like that one got slept on a lot. This last diss that I did last week, like the Joe Budden pot, someone tweeted me the beat to that Benny instrumental. And I was like, should I do it? Should I not? So I did it. But like at the end of the day, I really wish I just capped it with T-shirts and buttons. But I did give it to him on that Benny beat. So whatever. If I could go back, I probably would have just left it. But a lot of people seem to have enjoyed that Benny freestyle. I gave Joe them bars on it. Sleepy J, I love the Benny beat. Well, I'm glad. So a lot of people seem to have liked it. It's not one of my favorites, but Joe did some bars on it, so I figured I'd give him some back. BPKY, yeah, that like I said, that's one of my favorites. The latest one was the best to me. Shout out Terrence. I always see you in the comments, bro. You always got some positive stuff to say. Plaid is a really good one. Yes, Plaid. Because I'll never forget when I heard that on the pod, I was like, yo, I gotta flip this. And I did it real quick, and I think they put out the Plaid little clip like 5 minutes before I put out my diss. It was like perfect timing. I like the Gap Band one. I like that one too. I feel like the sound quality, I was still trying to find how to mix my shit the best during that in the beginning. Plaid was classic. One day I'm gonna have a track with BPK, just you waiting on his verse. I don't know. Are you the dude from the Discord? Someone from the Discord kept asking me to write lyrics for. Are you there, Yoke?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
There was a dude who kept asking me to do a song with him and write him some lyrics. And listen, anyone who fucks with BPK, I love. But bro, he sent me his music and he was real like trash, bro.
Damn,
And I
that
hate to
sucks.
say it
He
because
just said it was him too. Oh man.
oh,
Wow, dude. Man, just airing him out. I feel terrible. That's so funny.
my bad, bro. You got like a nice studio you sent me pictures of and shit, but you got to step your bars up, bro. I love you, man.
Hey,
Like,
maybe this is what he needs to like, yeah, get out there.
nah,
He said
for real.
LMAO, so he's feeling it. Okay,
For
he's
real,
okay.
I appreciate the support, and I see you got a much nicer studio setup than I got. I'm working bare bones, but bro, like you got to find that flow, bro. Like I would like I want to do a song with anyone who reaches out, but like I'm not trying to be on a pedestal, but you got to be able to fucking rap decently. And I don't know how old you are, like it all takes time, so who knows? You there, Yog? Fucking Yog. Well, it's just Big Pump Killa. I don't know what the fuck happened to Yog. Backstage. You got to turn your camera on, Yog. I can't let you in or whatever. Yeah, BJ, just keep at it, bro. It all comes in time. I mean, when I was 20, I thought I was nice and I was trash. Like, you can't be thinking like you're going to be the best rap. It all takes time. Like, I started rapping when I was fucking 13 years old, and I wouldn't even say I was nice until I was like maybe 27, 26. It all takes time, bro. You'll get there. Is the chat still rocking with me? I don't know if my internet connection gave out. I don't know where the fuck Yog is. Is Yog back? Yog's back.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'm
happened?
stuck in the chat, like my app's frozen. I have no idea what's going on.
Or your
I got
camera's
kicked
on
out.
in case you want to take it off.
Yeah, no, I can't take it off, so you can't see me, so I'm just chatting.
No.
Is it front facing or back facing?
I don't know. You got Ian's ugly face covering you.
All right, I'm good. Yeah. I can't close out of the chat window. It's terrible. Software is garbage. But yeah. Yeah, I think we're done, right? Anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, unless the chat has any more questions for us.
I can't even view it.
Yeah, hold on, give me a second, because we're almost at the 2 hours. I'd like to just fucking get to the 2 hours if we can. Fuck it. I didn't expect to go this long, especially when we didn't have clips. We didn't have much to talk about on the JPP side. Are you somewhere where it's
Damn,
daytime,
okay, my
yo?
camera's off. No, it's just light here. It's I'm in like central time. I don't know. It just gets light here really late. It takes like 9 o'clock to get like light.
China said, "Where are you?" That it's daytime, but all right, yeah, it's just.
Oh yeah.
Who does Joe think he is? He thinks he's a genius. He thinks he's a revolutionary. He thinks that he's changing the world and entertainment because he's bullshitting with his friends behind the microphone, which is one of the biggest. Like Joe, you would think he's Steve Jobs or something. The guy is sitting and talking behind a microphone with his friends. Was it great? Yes. Was it legendary? Yeah. Yes. Are you a genius for it? No. It's talk radio, motherfuckers.
It's been done before. It'll be done again. Yeah.
It's been done before. It's been done better, arguably.
Oh, I mean, not even arguably. Like your favorite guy, Howard Stern. He's definitely done it better.
Well, I don't listen to Howard Stern anymore, but he
at
was
a certain point.
Yeah, no,
not anymore, but yeah.
Back in the 90s, early 2000s, even the late like 2008, like Howard Stern was the fucking man. But you want to talk sellouts? That's a whole different show. Speaking of which, the whole inspiration for this show was based off a podcast I listened to where they talk shit about Howard Stern. Shout out to Radio Gunk, even though they'll never fucking hear this. But we've also surpassed them.
Terrence Jennings says, please define to me what a great podcast show is. What is a 10 show to you? What is the top 10 excellent podcast for you, BPK? What do you like listening to, basically?
Bro, I mean, if we're talking, what do I think a top 10 podcast is? I would say early days of the JBP when Mal first came in. Like that would even early,
for sure. Yeah.
Even early Brilliant Idiots, shit like that. I listened to
Brilliant Idiots, excellent in the early 2016. Yeah.
my favorite podcast right now is a podcast called Taste Buds. It features Joe DeRosa and Sal Volcano from the Impractical Jokers. And what the podcast
Volcano, yeah.
is, every episode they debate foods. Like one of the guys will have bacon, the other guy will have sausage. And they get in these heated arguments about what food's better. And it's so idiotic, but it's so hilarious and it works. Taste Buds. If you need like some easy listening podcast where it's just jokes and it's not going to get heavy and you just need easy listening, that's my favorite podcast right now. Aside from that, I listen to a lot of podcasts that cover like old school wrestling from the 90s. Like I listen to a lot of weird shit. Joe's really the only hip hop podcast I listen to. I used to listen to Brilliant Idiots, then I fell off with that. So it's really just Taste Buds.
Taste Buds, that's the name of it. Yep.
Yeah, it's really a great fucking podcast. Sal from Impractical Jokers also has another podcast with Chris DiStefano.
Hey Babe. Yep.
Yeah, that's another good one. Like, bro, I like listening to podcasts where I could just laugh and have a good time. I don't need every podcast to be like a deep dive into deep topics. Like, bro, the world has enough of that. Every time you hear the news or see the newspaper or go on a news site or fucking scroll through YouTube, like I just want to laugh and have a good time. That's why when I love the Joe Pod, when it was just guys kicking back and having real discussions. Yeah. Like I don't want to hear about fucking how much a stream is worth.
Yeah, I can't do it. And my favorite podcast, like you said, it's a similar thing. Like just, two guys having a conversation, laughing, just being friends, That's really what I like. And there's a podcast called Matt and Shane's Secret Podcast. It's on the channel Radio Dogs on YouTube. It's fucking hilarious if you're looking for a great show.
Jonathan asked, did we like the Tyler breakdown on the JBP album? Is way too Didn't
listen.
I'm sorry, guys. And listen, I have one of my best friends hitting me up every day about the Tyler album. And I'm sorry. Like, it's just, I respect him. I respect what he does, but it's just not for me. I don't know. Everyone is so enamored with this guy. I hear the music and it's like, I don't know. It's just not for me. But at the same time, a lot of this new music isn't for me. Like I don't listen to. All I listen to is 90s R&B, old rap, and fucking podcasts. Like I don't listen to fucking music like that anymore. Nothing touches me like that. If you go back and you listen to Life After Death by Biggie, and I'm just saying that because it's probably a commercial song album from back then that everyone will recognize. That's the music I love. When it was like real music, like you throw on a beat, the beat sounds so original, even if it's a sample. There's real fucking singers on it. There's real lyrics. Bro, people talking about this, you got to listen to the Migos album, Takeoff, really rapping his ass off. Just listen to the first song. And the first song on the Migos album, I'll say the beat was pretty cool, but these dudes are trash. And maybe it's just my age showing, but like I can't rock with any of this new music. That's why I'm sitting here waiting for Snow Allegra's fucking album, because everything else I just don't care about. I see the rap news sites, I see everything, and I'm just so over all this trash, all of it. Everyone's fucking trash.
Hilarious comment here from Admetrius, Senator of the Solon Empire. Joe Budden podcast is literally about politics and Griselda, whoever the fuck that is.
Thank you, because you know what, like, bro, listen, and I just sat here and said that I love 90s rap and all this shit. I don't like Griselda. I'm so Benny's like, I don't want to lump Benny in because Benny's like a really good rapper, but like I don't like West Side Gun and his high-pitched voice. And everyone thinks he's so artistic. Why? Because he named his album fucking Hitler and put some fucking kid's drawing on the cover. That's not fucking art. And why does he get a pass for naming his album fucking Hitler or whatever the fuck he does? He's trash. All his beats, I'm not saying his beats are trash, but they all fucking sound the same. And I got to touch on what Costa, I can't pronounce it, whatever. What do you think about Joe Budden and Alex Jones? Well, someone sent me this clip as well. This is something I wanted to talk about that I forgot. But yo, So Joe Budden got on the podcast, one of these recent episodes, and he said that people like Andrew Schultz and Joe Budden, Andrew Schultz and Joe Rogan having Alex Jones on their podcast is what's wrong in the world, and like what basically saying that they're all racist and all this shit. What do you think about that before I go in on this motherfucker?
I disagree entirely. I think if you listen to those episodes, I don't think Alex is taking any sort of racist approach at any point in time. I think even some of the harder questions that Schultz gave him, particularly on that first episode he did with Alex, where he started asking me about reparations, what are some of your thoughts on, like, you know, the plight of black people and white privilege in general. Alex Jones gave pretty liberal answers to all of that. He said white privilege was real. He talked about how he believes like there is a real plan and reparations should happen. So I don't get where that's coming from at all. Do I think Alex Jones is a perfect human being and a saint? No, I think he's just like a stupid guy who's proven, like, had to say in court of law that he's like an entertainer. I don't think he believes anything that he's saying. He's just a guy that's entertaining and makes money being entertaining.
Yeah, first off, Joe Budden is just jealous Alex Jones isn't on his podcast because that would probably get him 1 million views in 3 days. Second, Alex Jones, he's very crazy. He's very animated, and he says some wild shit. But if you look throughout the years of the wild shit he said, and then like a year later, it'll be mainstream news and like, but everyone was calling him crazy at the time, you'd have a pretty big list. If it wasn't for
he's
Joe,
been right a lot. You got to give him that.
But they'll just point to the 1 or 2 times or a handful of times he was wrong. Like every newscaster is always wrong, but they put Alex Jones on the cross. Is Alex Jones is playing it up for his audience, but he gives a lot of truths that the world isn't ready for at the time, but then the news will tell you in a fucking year and still run a segment on how Alex Jones is a fucking lunatic. But a lot of the shit he says ends up being true. As far as Joe Rogan and Andrew Schultz being a supporter of a racist for having him on, shut the fuck up, Joe. Shut the fuck up. Because everything, can we just stop? Why does everything have to come back to the same fucking argument? Is there racism? Yes. Is everything connected to it? No. He's got to stop harping and beating this dead horse, especially when it comes to topics that he's reaching for the stars about. It's ridiculous at this point.
Definitely look up the Bohemian Grove on YouTube. Check it out on band.video as well, which is Alex Jones' video platform.
That's
where
been
all
out
his
for
content
years.
is. If you want to,
isn't that where he snuck into the meeting? I mean,
it's pretty crazy, and some of the footage he has is interesting.
If people don't understand that there really
$2 from Berto saying they're making the frogs gay.
Hey, I mean, you know what? People laugh at it. Go look it up. Go do a deep dive into it and see if he was right. Did he make it funny? Did he play it up? Yeah, but you know what? There's real fucking science behind that. And you know what? Whatever. And you know what? You could look around the world today, and you know what? I'm not even going to get into it because, man, if they're turning the frogs gay, I mean, I think they're turning a lot more than frogs gay these days.
Tell me about it. And by the way, sorry if it sounds like I'm interrupting you. I think there's a lot of lag on my end. So
no, it's fine.
Like a 5-second delay. Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Birdo. I didn't see that $2. They are making.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was the shout out. Yeah. Super chat. Yeah.
Budden is racist. Amen. But yeah, I mean, like, what was that you brought up about? Oh, the Bohemian rituals or whatever.
Yeah, the Grove. Yeah.
Anyone listening to this doesn't think there's an organized set of people who run the world and all this fucking shit, the Bilderberg group and all that. You're fucking out of your mind. It's real. So you know what? You could just laugh it off and watch the newscasters laugh in your face like it's not possible and it's not true, but it's fucking true. And anyone, you know what it is? It's called cognitive dissonance. It's where something is so unfathomable that people just can't believe it, so they choose not to and just write it off as crazy. Like when you see all these politicians and hold on a second, yo.
Yep. Lizard people will rule the world. AFAM, hilarious. Yeah, I don't know about the lizard people. Like some of this stuff I can get behind, but lizard people, man, I could never get into that one. That one's a little too crazy for me. What are some conspiracy theories that you guys like in the chat here? What are some that you believe? What are some that you think are a little too crazy?
I'm going to bring up my favorite conspiracy theory that will probably get my channel banned and whatever. But if you think,
Yeah.
and listen, I know a family friend who passed away on this day. But if you think that the story you see about 9/11 that's shown on the news and all this fucking shit is what really happened that day, you're out of your fucking mind. Out of your fucking mind.
Yeah.
What do you think, yo?
I agree. I think there's a lot. I think the people that say it was a false flag attack and we did it are I don't know about that. But I do think there was a lot of stuff that people don't talk about when it comes to just complete ineptitude with people being out of office when they should have been. There was like 6 chain of commands that couldn't be contacted the whole day. Like what the fuck was happening? Like it was just a complete failure across the board, and it's frankly embarrassing. It's
Not
very
only
sad,
that,
obviously. Rest in peace to everybody that died, but I mean,
the way the buildings fell, yo, I mean, they looked like a controlled demolition.
Yeah.
I've seen like professional fucking people from MIT and all these fucking renowned places saying, listen, that's not how that building would have fell. And if you watch raw ground footage,
we don't know if that like there could have. Yeah, the idea that bombs could have been planted is definitely feasible because there was an attack on the World Trade Center in 1999, and it was with bombs in the basement.
1993.
So the fact that like 93, my bad. Sorry,
and
my bad.
To anyone who thinks,
but yeah, like they definitely could have planted those bombs. Like that doesn't have to be the U.S. government committing like a false flag attack. Like there could have been plane collision plus bombs planted by like a foreign group for sure.
And anyone who's listening to this and just writing off the 9/11 talk, I just want you to, I mean, yo, do you know about Building 7?
No, I don't. Tell me about it.
All right. So everyone in New York and around the world, when they talk about 9/11, they talk about the Pentagon and they talk about the 2 towers. But no one talks about Building 7 that was down the street from the two towers. After the stream, look it up. Look
the other building that went down, right?
Bro, wasn't hit by a plane, and apparently a fire caused it to collapse straight down, just like the fucking Twin Towers. How is a building that wasn't hit by a plane and a fire made it pancake down? Like, all right, stop.
Insane.
And let's not even get into how we only have a millisecond clip of the Pentagon being hit. And let's not even get into the fact that the BBC reported Building 7 being taken down on a newscast, and you see in the background it's still standing. These are all things you could YouTube right now and see. So if you don't believe me, someone in the chat asked about Sandy Hook. I'm not gonna go there, man. Crisis actors.
That's too much. Yeah.
I will say that I saw a clip once of a man who apparently lost his daughter, and he was about to give a speech, and he was like laughing and having a good time. And as soon as they told him cameras on, he like switched to crying mode. But I don't want to really get into that. That's like something you talk about and don't come back from.
Yeah.
My favorite conspiracy is Joe Budden's smear campaign.
I saw that. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, man. That's a conspiracy but that's a conspiracy we could debunk. That's not a smear campaign. That's a truth campaign, a real campaign.
Yeah. Tulsa Massacre, Black Wall Street, not a conspiracy, real event that doesn't get covered in history books. Absolute fucking disgrace. Another embarrassment in our country. So yeah, great shout outs, Reza.
Yo, did you get the vaccine?
No comment. I'm like a NFL player. No, I did. Yeah, I got the 2 shots. Yeah. What about you?
Oh no, and I never will. See, but see,
Yeah,
people could
it's
have
one of
different
those
views.
things. Yeah,
Talk about it. It's not a. I'm not gonna sit here and call
and
you.
and I'm not going to be the guy that's like, oh, you have to get it or whatever. Like, it's a personal decision. It should be like up to the person. There should be no pressure to get a vaccine.
I personally think I
It's
was
insane that got politicized.
I personally think I was one of the first people who had it in January 2020. I rarely get sick, and like
Yeah,
New Year's, like the day of New Year's, I was so sick. Like I never get sick, and this was like a sickness I've never felt before. And then my girl got sick, and then like it just went around and shit. And I think I was one of the first people who ever got COVID. So I think I got it. I think I survived. I was good. The only thing I was ever concerned about with COVID was mom getting it. My mom got it, and my mom was thankfully fine. But I don't know. My thing is, I just don't trust. I just don't trust it. I mean, do it with it what you want. If you want to get it, hats off. If you don't, hats off.
yeah.
Everyone should have their own fucking.
It's one of those things where it's like, if it's bad, like we're fucked. Like we're all fucked. Like it's not going to be good.
Search Chi with another $2. Favorite porn star, Sarah J or Isla Fox? Don't know any of them. My favorite was August Ames. Rest in peace.
Nope.
She took her life.
I was a Skin Diamond fan. That was my favorite. Yeah.
I don't really know the porn stars. I just go on and I pick I just pick one of the topics like I like babysitter or fucking teacher, some weird shit like that.
Yeah. Secretary. Yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Shout out TC. Don't take the vaccine. It's the mark of the beast.
Conspiracy. COVID-19 came from Park's smelly body. I mean, if you really look at the timeline when that hair started growing out, that's right around that time he stopped showering. So maybe it did come from Astoria. I mean,
yo, my internet's shit, man. We gotta log off.
All right. It's been 2 hours. I mean, chat, let us know if you want us to come back. I mean, I'm basically running off fucking Joe Budden shit I see on Reddit and Twitter at this point. I can't listen to this shit. I can't listen to Rory and Mal. I hate the industry. So I don't know. If you just want to hear me and yo bullshit, you could come back. Maybe we'll do this again. I mean, now that I got all these super chats, I could buy the StreamYard for another month. So
it's an idea. Yeah, that would be dope. Yeah.
All right, yo, I appreciate you coming by, man. You did this on like 5 minutes short notice. We had some technical difficulties starting up. We got it together.
Yeah, my bad about that.
We're on 2 hours and 2 minutes. To the chat, thank you to everyone who did a super chat. Please like the video.
Shout out everybody.
Like the video, subscribe, come back to the video, leave a comment, let us know what you think if you want us to come back. And I'm gonna run one more video. You could bounce, yo, unless you want to stay. I just want to give a moment of silence to what once was the greatest pod ever. Everybody, thank you for listening. We'll catch you next time.